It's been a while, but there's so much going on as far as Maureen has said. I have been connected with so many people based on my testimony, and to God be the glory, because only God could do the things that were done for me. And it is possible for all of you to experience the joy of having a pain-free body based on that product, Hercules. Now, without that spray, I wouldn't be here with you guys. So I am going to start by telling you that in 2006, I had one of the most devastating accidents anyone could have. And it left me almost crippled. I had to have surgery on my neck in order to hold my head up. I struggled with that for 5 years, not being able to sleep because you can't lay down if you can't hold your head up. So I had to sit up in my couch and prop my head on the back of my sofa. And my tush actually imprinted on the couch. And I had to get rid of it because it annoyed me so much. But anyway, I wasn't able to do much of anything based on my neck. So I stayed home, slept, stayed home, slept. That's all I did. So because of the inactivity, a lot of things had happened to my body. My body started to break down. I had 11 surgeries from that one car accident. But not only did that happen, I developed other issues. Thyroid problem, I had clotting in my blood, and I had what you call calcification in my brain, in my head, on the right side of my head. The doctors had not told me that I could develop calcification. But after my head started to have what you feel like when you eat ice cream really fast, that's when they explained that calcification was happening to me. Now, that was scary enough. But the most scary part was having an aneurysm in my neck, waiting and wondering which one of them would take me out, whether it be the aneurysm or this thing that I felt was eventually going to grow to where my brain is. Anyway, got to the point after all these years that I couldn't go up my stairs, so I stopped going up my stairs. I used to crawl up my stairs like a baby. And finally I said, it's killing me going up and down these stairs. I'll just sleep downstairs. So I started calling the sofa my bed. My sofa was my bed. I slept in my sofa for almost 3 years, not being able to go up the stairs. And in that time, I developed inflammation in my body. I didn't know that's what it was. I knew something was wrong that was severe because I was in pain for a whole month and couldn't walk. I have casters on my dining room table, so I would pull myself up on the furniture, got my tushy on that caster chair, and push myself to the bathroom. That's how I got to and from the bathroom. I figured out how to do things in my house in pain. If I wanted water, push myself. I used to use my arm to propel myself because I have hallway passageways, and I push myself across I have strong upper body, so I push myself across the floor with the casters on the chair because my feet would literally cause me pain all the way up my hip and into my back. So I couldn't use my feet very well. So I would push myself across the room. And that's how I got about. I got so bad now that I could not get off that sofa. I couldn't move my body left or right, not even an inch. When I tell you that my body had gotten to that point, I literally laid in that bed, which is my sofa, and cried all night. I screamed, nobody could hear me. And my husband came down in the morning and saw the condition I was in and called the ambulance. Now that was scary for me because I have OCD. And OCD, I went into the ambulance like this, trying to get my arms not to touch anything. Mentally, that was exhausting, trying to just get from my door to the hospital in an ambulance. So if you understand what OCD is, I'm a germaphobe. I hate germs. So I disinfect everything around me. Mentally, I don't like people to touch my things. So they come through my door, they have to wash their hands, take their shoes off. So people would discuss, my whole family would discuss me at every party because they wouldn't come to my house. Nobody wants to wash their hands, take their shoes off. So that's how I live. So I'm isolated from people because of how I live. And so my body broke down and I'm living like this. And Sister Dana, I hope she's listening. I went to the hospital and they pumped my body full of steroids. And this precious, precious woman, Sister Dana, sent me 2 bottles of Hercules. And I argued with her about sending them to me because I had that cabinet full of herbs, different types of herbs, thousands of dollars worth of herbs in my cabinet. And I tell you that she sent the sprays to me and I argued because I'm like, what's this going to do that didn't do? And she sent them anyway. And because I loved her, I took them. I didn't take them because I wanted to. I took them because I loved her. So I took them. And after 3 days on this product, I could walk. Not 3.5 days, not 3 days and a 3/4, 3 days, literally 3 days I could walk. and I had full control over my body. I called her up and I'm like, what the heck is in this bottle? And she says, keep taking it. It's going to clean your blood. And if anybody knows, the back of my hands aren't dark anymore. My complexion has changed because the clotting in my blood had made me so dark that my hands were dark, dark, dark. And when I noticed that my hands, this part of my hand had gotten pink, and I'm like, how is this possible? That little thing could do so much that nobody else could do by cleaning my blood. And I noticed that it was cleaning my blood because my hand had started to get pink. So I called her up and I'm like, okay, my hands are turning pink. And she said, keep taking it. You know, because once you feel better after taking something, you tend to stop taking it because you figure your body's okay. But she says, keep taking it. It's cleaning your blood. I remember feeling tinglings in my feet, little pain in my toes. And I called her up and I'm like, why am I in pain? I never had problems with my feet. That's not true, but I didn't click. It didn't click because I had numbness in my feet from 3 surgeries, Achilles tendon surgery, and I had 2 other surgeries on my toes. And I had problems, but I didn't click that, okay, this was cleaning out and causing the numbness that I've suffered from my feet to go away. Lo and behold, 3 days later, the pain went away and I could feel my toes nice and clean. Went on. I'm sitting in my house one day and I realized something had changed. I had not noticed that the eyes circle around my eyes were disappearing. I had these really dark, crusty circles around my eyes, and they had started to disappear. I walked to the bathroom and I passed the mirror and I saw, I'm like, okay, did that change? So I took a picture of it because my eyes were not that raccoony looking eyes that they were before. So I took a picture. Then I noticed that there were other things that were changing. But I could not place the idea that this little product could change my body so much in such a short time. I had pimply spots all over my forehead and they were disappearing. So there were things that were changing my body and I couldn't believe that something could work that fast. Anyway, I went to the doctor for my annual checkup. And when I got home, 2 weeks later, she called me up to tell me, you don't have a thyroid issue anymore. You don't have blood clot anymore. You don't have asthma anymore. And then she stopped. Rather than telling me what wasn't wrong with me, she said to me, your blood is clean. But I think you should come back and get another blood test. I'm like, no. I hung up on her and called Sister Dana. I'm like, Sister Dana, this product is the most amazing thing. God, what is this product? That it could take my blood from where it was after 16 years. It took my blood out of that condition to what it is now. It was unfathomable. It was happening to me and I couldn't believe it. One day I got up off my, what I call bed, my sofa, and walked to the bathroom. And when I was halfway to the bathroom, I realized I was not having back pain. I didn't push on anything to get up. Normally I'd have to push on the furniture to stand up. And in order to get up, I would have to sit, thaw my back out, and then get up. But no, that didn't happen that day. I was halfway to the bathroom and I realized, okay, I did not hold on. So I went back and forth testing to see if I was really dreaming or did this really happen. I was not in pain. My back, my slip disc in my back were not hurting me. I did not realize that this thing could even take that away. Slip disc in my back would take that pain out that I've lived with for 16 years. But it worked. And I called my children and I made them watch me do it. I think they thought I was nuts because, you know, who wants to watch me get up and sit? But we were also excited because my body had been in such a bad condition that for them it was exciting too. But that wasn't even exciting. What was exciting was my brother was in a coma from a ruptured aneurysm that ruptured and put him in a coma. And the day they called me to tell me that he was out, I ran through my house trying to get everybody to see him, that he's awake and talking to me. And I did not realize I could run. I ran through my house and I wasn't winded. And I'm like, when I got downstairs and sat down, I'm like, wait a minute, did I just run through my house? I didn't even know I could go up the stairs that well, let alone run through the house. I have 3 flights of stairs in my house. So it's a fairly decent sized house. And I ran around the entire house, 4,000, almost 5,000 square foot of house. I ran through the house and did not get winded. And I could not fathom that anything could bring my body from what it was to where it was a couple of months later. It went on. I noticed my daughter came down one day to do my feet because I have dry feet and dry skin. And I buy lotion, $150 a lotion each time I buy lotion. And my skin would drink lotion. And she came down to do my dry feet. And she looked down and she goes, Mom, do you notice that your fungus is gone out of your toe? And I'm like, what? So I looked down at my feet and realized it really had gone out of my toe. I had a fungus toe from I was maybe 18, between 16 and 18. I had fungus in my toe. And most of my family have a single fungus toe. My sister had 10 of them. She took out her 10 toenails. I have one aunt that took out her toenail, but I didn't take out mine. And lo and behold, my toe had cleared up. I had taken medication for that toe. The medication was so potent that the doctor had to monitor my liver every 2 weeks to make sure it wasn't damaging my liver. And I hated that toe so much that I risked my liver in order to fix my toe. That's how important that toe was to me. But this thing came and took that fungus out of my toe. And I cannot imagine any one product that could literally clean everything out of my system and bring me to the place where I am today. I no longer have aneurysm. I no longer have a thyroid issue. I have shed 44 pounds in the last 2.5 months. This thing regulated my thyroid, regulated the way I eat, regulated my blood, regulated my body in a way that I cannot explain